All right, hello, South Texas. I hope your day is going well. Just like what we've been talking about the last few days, we've had this chance for strong to severe storms to move through our region, and that's what we're seeing for today. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning that's been issued for Blanco County. This storm is moving off towards the northeast and is going to impact Hays County, mainly north of Wimberley. Parts of Wimberley could see parts of some of this severe storm, really kind of very northern portions. And it's going to kind of move up towards Dripping Springs and then impact our friends towards Austin. Now, let me pull up Facebook here. I want to make sure that I can answer some of y'all's questions as they come in. I'm going to go ahead and zoom out here to give us a wider look at things because I want to make sure everybody can see what we're dealing with. Much of the severe weather has been off towards our north, impacting Williamson County and Burnett County. Those showers and storms really kind of moving on off towards the northeast at a brisk pace. So the only severe thunderstorm warning we have in place right now is for parts of Blanco County and then into Hays County. And it's also important to note that we now have a severe thunderstorm watch as well in place, put in place by the National Weather Service. That is going to be in place as we head throughout these next few hours, really all the way till about 10 p.m. And it includes a good amount of the viewing area. Again, I'm pulling up Facebook here, seeing if we have any questions coming in. Nothing in San Antonio just yet. I see a few questions coming in. We will have the possibility for a few strong storms in San Antonio a little bit later on, but a majority of these storms right now up towards Blanco County and into parts of Hays County. I want to put everything into loop here for you. So you can see the kind of motion on all of this. It's really been moving off from the southwest to the northeast, almost kind of due east at some points it looks like, but really that's going to be from the storms that are building off to the northeast and really impacting our friends in the Austin area. What direction is it going towards? Blanco and Hays County. I see some people asking questions, some people answering as well. Well, Emmendorf get it bad. Wilson County. What about Fair Oaks? All these questions, guys. So let me go ahead and click through what we're expecting to deal with today. So I see a lot of questions on, who's going to be impacted by severe weather today. Well, remember, everybody is under that threat for severe weather. It's an enhanced risk for severe weather for much of the region. Really about a slight to enhanced chance for strong to severe storms, going to be large hail possible, going to have that possibility of damaging winds, and then also that slim possibility of an isolated tornado, as well as maybe even a little bit of flash flooding. Now, this is the latest update from the Storm Prediction Center, which is out of Norman, Oklahoma. You see that much of our region is under that enhanced risk. We're going to talk more about what an enhanced risk for severe weather means in just a second. I also want to mention that we have a slight risk for severe weather on Saturday. So we'll have that chance for severe weather today. Friday will be a little bit of a break, except for maybe some storms later on in the evening. And then we'll see the chance for severe weather return again for Saturday. So an enhanced risk for severe weather. Remember, that's what we have for today. That's numerous severe storms possible. So almost more scattered to nearly widespread storms possible, but not as much on the widespread side. Going to be closer to scattered for us today, I would say. But we're going to have several areas where we're probably going to have severe thunderstorm warnings issued within that enhanced risk. Again, here's everybody under that enhanced risk. I saw a lot of the questions. That answers them for you. You see nearly all of our counties under that enhanced risk for severe weather for today. So that's a level 3 out of 5. So what will it look like, the timeline? I know a lot of people want to know what the timeline is. And then I see, actually I see a few questions coming in. Are we going to get hail in San Antonio? The answer is it's possible later on today. Nothing right now, though. Eric says, so San Antonio isn't going to get anything correct. Not as of right now, but we could see some storms later on today. Right now, that only severe thunderstorm warning that we have is for Blanco and Hays County. Guys, I'm keeping an eye on it. But I want to run through the timeline here. Notice by 4 p.m. over towards Hondo, some storms trying to start to form. These are going to shift off to the east. By 5:30, we could be talking about strong to severe storms right here in Bexar County. And for much of the area around us, Pearsall, looking over towards Pleasanton, New Braunfels could be seeing some strong to severe storms. These could be storms that are producing damaging winds to even large hail. By the time we get towards 6:30 p.m., this is when I think we're going to see some of the stronger storms really start to develop. Kind of look over towards just southeast of Pleasanton, just kind of north of George West, that pink area. That lets you know that you could have some higher reflectivity, which lets us know maybe some large hail possible with some storms in that region by 6:30. Moving towards 8 p.m., much of the storms you see southeast of San Antonio, this is where I think some of the storms could be stronger. George West, Beeville, stretching up towards Hallettsville and Gonzales, could be dealing with some stronger storms. And then we'll finally see this start to move out of the area by 9:30 p.m. and then into 10 o'clock. We'll have quieter conditions. I'm going to get us through Saturday too, because remember, guys, I talked about that chance for strong severe storms on Saturday as well. We get through Friday night. You're going to start to see a little bit of storm activity over towards Del Rio. This is going to start to move across very early in the morning on Saturday. That's what we're talking about for storms. You see there by about 5 a.m., showers and storms kind of widespread from Hondo, San Antonio, Pleasanton, Pearsall, and then it continues off to the east, San Antonio, Seguin, Gonzales, Hallettsville by 7:30 a.m. on Saturday. And that will start to move out by the time we get closer on towards 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock in the morning. But remember, again, still have that possibility for strong to severe storms on Saturday. But for today, again, we have that severe thunderstorm warning for Blanco and Hays County. We have a new severe thunderstorm warning as well. This is going to be issued by the Corpus Christi National Weather Service Office. And this is going to be well to our south. You see, this isn't even in the Kent Spot viewing area. But we also want to kind of keep an eye on it because it is going to move into our viewing area. Right now it's in Webb County. This storm could be moving towards Cotulla over the next hour or so. So if you're in Cotulla, be on the lookout for this storm. Again, this storm is moving. Again, the speed on it here. Give me 1 second, guys. This storm is moving off towards the northeast, and it's moving at about 30 miles per hour. So I want to put a time indicator on here. I want to kind of time it out for you because we could have some pretty good hail in this one. So if we put it off at about 30 miles per hour, it's going to be in Catarina by about 4:02 p.m. And some of the hail within this storm could be large. I'm seeing some indicators. I think that's going to be even bigger than golf ball size hail possibly within that storm. Yeah. So golf ball size hail possibly in Webb County. And this is going to be moving towards Cotulla and then maybe even near Dilley. So I see that question, Maria. It is possible this could hit Dilley. I want you to notice, though, also how thin that area, how small that area of hail is. So not necessarily small hail, but a very tight area where we could be seeing hail. So it could even hit just like parts of Dilley, maybe on the south side of town. Even though Dilley is a smaller town, it could just hit a little bit of it and then continue on. It could also just barely miss Cotulla. It's going to be a close call, but I think Catarina, I think if you have any cars outside, if you can move them under cover, I think that would be a smart move right now. Could also have some strong winds with this, but mainly hail is the concern with this storm. That's, again, a severe thunderstorm warning in Webb County, but it is going to be moving into our viewing area over the next really about 15 to 20 minutes. Now, I want to bring us back on off towards the north, towards Blanco and Hays County. I want to get another look at this storm. This is the reason why this storm was warned, because they could have the possibility of some larger hail too. Now, this has moved out of Blanco County. It is now in really parts of Hays County and really almost kind of getting down closer towards Canyon Lake where we could have some of this larger hail possible. Let's see if they changed the warning up, and it looks like they've just kept it for Hays and Blanco counties. But we could have a little bit of hail that's going to get close to Wimberley. The size of that hail could be golf ball size hail. So we could be talking about golf ball size hail that will pass just to the north of Wimberley. I want to get a closer look. I want to zoom down just a little bit more, see if we can see a few more roads with this because, guys, this is going to move just north of Wimberley and then kind of head east of Dripping Springs, I'd be willing to bet, kind of right between Wimberley and Dripping Springs. So just north of Wimberley, you have where Jacob's Well is, and I think this could be kind of closer on towards that area. If you know where Jacob's Well is, it's a popular swimming hole. I think that's where we could see this golf ball size hill get closer to, and then continue its way kind of off towards the north and the east. There's also a place called the Shady Llama. It's an outdoor area, and if you know where that is, if you live in that area, you know where that is. I want you to go ahead and just get all your cars under cover and just kind of stay inside, just like much of us are doing already, because that could be some larger hail that will be moving through here in just a moment. Let me go ahead and also get a look at wind speeds within this region. Again, guys, I'm working from home, so I'm having to work into some computers from home. So work with me for just a bit. I'm trying to get everything organized here on my computer. But I'm thinking that winds aren't as much of a concern right now. We could still have some damaging winds within that, but I think the main risk here is going to be some of the hail that we have within this storm. Just stick with me real quick because everything's just a little bit smaller whenever you have to work from home on the screen. Yeah, but I think we're good. All right, so mainly hail being the concern within this storm. Again, now this is really moving into Hayes County. It's going to be moving just north of Wimberley, I believe, and then it's going to continue that northeasterly path kind of closer towards our friends in Austin. See if the National Weather Service is saying anything new about this storm as well. They say that there could be some weak rotations for the storms up in Williamson County. So that's north of our area. They're tracking all sorts of storms, just like what we're doing right now. But they're talking about storms that are up I-35 north of Austin and Williamson County. So that's something, we're watching their weather too, but we're not seeing anything like that for our thunderstorms. Thank goodness. Remember, we do have that possibility of a brief tornado or two later on today, but we're not seeing anything like that with these storms at the moment. I see Vera says, before you sign off, can we see your dog again? Maybe. We'll see. He's laying down actually right now on my feet. Dee says, what about Wilson County? Wilson County will have that chance for a few storms later on today. We'll be watching for that. That's going to be later on. That we're talking for Wilson County, that will be kind of closer towards 6, 7 o'clock at night, probably closer to 7 and 8 even, when we could have the possibility for storms raised just a little bit more for Wilson County. But nothing right now, nothing in Seguin right now, so no worries there. Nothing severe for New Braunfels. So we have these storms that are just off to the north of New Braunfels. You may even hear a few rumbles of thunder from that in New Braunfels just because there's so much lightning in this storm. You see how much lightning there is. That's kind of a signifier that we have a strong updraft. So a pretty good updraft with this storm. And let's see how many lightning strikes we've had in the past 15 minutes just within this storm. I'm willing to bet maybe 100 or more. Yeah, 338 lightning strikes within that storm within the past 15 minutes. So even if you're outside of the severe thunderstorm warning, remember, when thunder roars, go indoors. This is a very electric storm right now, moving off to the northeast. And you don't want to be outside with all of this lightning that we're dealing with, even around the Canyon Lake area. Even as far south as Bulverde, we're seeing some lightning strikes. So a very electric storm. You see a lightning strike just occurred near San Marcos. You don't necessarily have to be right there at the storm to have a lightning strike in your area. You see about 10 miles away from the storm, you have a lightning strike near San Marcos. A good reason to stay inside. I want to zoom it out because I'm sure a lot of people are wondering, what about the rest of the area? I can see a lot of questions about Seguin and things like that. Again, this is the only storm that we're watching at the moment over our area that has a severe thunderstorm warning. Now, we are going to have this severe thunderstorm warning down to our southwest near Webb. I think that is going to be extended off to the northeast, and I'm willing to bet that Katarina and Katula are all included in a severe thunderstorm warning, because this storm could be producing much larger hail than what the one in Hays County is doing. We could have golf ball size hail within this storm, or even larger. Now, that one up towards Blanco and Hays County, it did say that it was producing golf ball size hail, or rather possible with the radar. The radar not always on point with hail size. Sometimes it overestimates. This is a radar estimated hail size, not a confirmed size from ground reports. But we likely have something either golf ball size or smaller with this storm up into Hays County, which, by the way, the hail core looks like it just went down big time. So not as large of hail moving into Hays County at the moment. That's going to be getting closer to Wimberley. Of course, west of Wimberley, not as populated of an area. So it's nice to see that as that hail core gets closer towards Wimberley, we're seeing it go down. That's what you want to see, especially in a more populated area. We're dealing with so much right now. Here in South Texas, the last thing you want to deal with is more severe weather. I see some people saying hello. Hello to you as well. What about Rock Springs? What about Canyon Lake? Canyon Lake has a lot of lightning right now, but as far as the severe part of this storm that's producing the hail and the damaging winds, Canyon Lake is fine. You just have a lot of lightning and a lot of heavy rain, so go ahead and stay indoors. I would not be outside with all this lightning. So I've got my phone off to the side. And I'm sure some people are wondering why you're looking off to the side so much. I have our setup here at home. I've got my phone screen that's kind of got all the questions coming in and all the comments, and then kind of handling all the things on camera on my computer. Are these storms going to recharge? Kay, the answer is right now we have a few storms over our region. We expect more storms to form later on today. So this is just a little tidbit of what we're dealing with, and we could deal with even more of later on today. I want to zoom down here to the storm just west of Pearsall. This is just a little shower. There's nothing severe with it. There's no issue with it right now, but this little storm could intensify as it moves off to the northeast. We're going to watch that closely. That's how all these little showers and storms have started that we're tracking today. They start off as something small, and then they get bigger and bigger, and then they become more of a problem. So it could very well just kind of fall apart. That's what some of them do as well. But we're going to be watching that for the possibility of becoming a bigger storm later on. This storm that's up towards Hays County, it's really starting to move more and more out of our region, more towards our friends in Austin, in the Austin viewing area. So not much of a concern for us anymore. Again, Canyon Lake, you've got a lot of lightning. It's a very noisy thunderstorm. It's a lot of heavy rain, but we're not seeing anything severe from this really for our region. Blanco County, the severe part of this storm has really moved out. You may still have some really strong winds on the very eastern part of the county. Still a lot of lightning, still some heavy rainfall, but the severe part of the storm has really moved out of Blanco County, and it's now into Hays County. So that's going to be western Hays County into northern Hays County, where they're going to start to see the stronger winds and that chance for damaging hail. So while we have a moment here, that severe thunderstorm warning starting to move out of our region and closer to our friends in Austin. Right now, that severe thunderstorm warning down towards Webb County, that could be moving closer on towards Cotulla. We'll be watching that closely. Right now, no severe thunderstorm warning for Cotulla, but I think that I'd be willing to bet that one gets issued here over the next about 15 minutes. But while we have a second, I want to run through the forecast, what we're expecting here. You know, we have that enhanced risk for severe weather. It's not just for us, but for our friends off to our north and east. You notice up towards Williamson County, just north of Austin, kind of close to where Georgetown is. If you ever head along I-35 off to the north, or Gerald, they have a severe thunderstorm warning, and we also have severe thunderstorm warnings, it looks like, for our friends up towards Bell County towards Temple. That may be actually just north of Bell County and more towards McLennan. But there you have it. We are dealing with a little bit of severe thunderstorms up the I-35 corridor. Not a great day to be driving the I-35 corridor. As far as the severe weather outlook is concerned, for today and into tonight, we have that enhanced risk for severe weather. So a little bit of an upped risk. We also have a tornado watch that has been put into place for our region until 10 p.m. It's not everybody, but there is a tornado watch in place. Or excuse me, not a tornado watch. Excuse me, I misspoke. A severe thunderstorm watch that is in place for our region. As we head through, I was reading that one of the things on Facebook here. I saw is there a tornado threat for Karnes County? And accidentally misspoke. It is a severe thunderstorm watch. Y'all, excuse me. I did not mean to say tornado watch. Severe thunderstorm watch. And I actually have to update a graphic here, guys. It's one of the things from working from home. Sometimes we have to update our graphics while we're working. And this severe thunderstorm watch is actually until 10 p.m. So you'll have to excuse me on that. Having to update the graphic here. Again, it's one of the things that we have to do whenever we're working from home. As a new severe thunderstorm watch comes out, I have to edit the graphic to change it to the correct information. So there it is. Severe thunderstorm watch, again, in place until 10 p.m. Notice the region that's included in this and who's not. Del Rio, Rock Springs, Kerrville, Gillespie County, Kerr County. You see all these areas are spots. I saw a question about Rock Springs earlier, where the severe threat is pretty much over. You don't have to worry about severe weather where you are. You may get a little bit of rain tonight, but that's about it. But we do have the severe thunderstorm watch in place for Bandera, Uvalde, Eagle Pass, stretching up into Kendall County, Blanco County. You see it stretches down the I-35 corridor and then off towards the east. Hey everybody, I apologize. We had a drop in internet at home. We are back up again though, so I apologize again. Sometimes that will happen, but we are back up again. The severe thunderstorm watch still in place until 10 p.m. for much of the viewing area. Every once in a while, we may have a drop in the internet, so just a heads up. If you ever lose us, just give me about 1 minute. It'll take about 1 to 2 minutes to get bumped back up onto the internet. I see, what about Rock Springs? The answer is no issue in Rock Springs, no severe thunderstorm warning or watch issued for Rock Springs. You see all the watch is issued for areas further on off towards the east. We do have a lot of heavy rain in some spots. That's really starting to develop more and more. That severe thunderstorm warning now really outside of the viewing area, mainly just for Hays County and parts of Hays County that are not within the KENS 5 viewing area. So I'm going to continue to watch these storms, guys. We're going to have another update a little bit later. I'm checking the storm again before I even get off. We may hold on here just a second. I'm surprised that they have not extended this severe thunderstorm warning into parts of our viewing area, even into parts of Cotulla with some of the hail that could be possible within this storm. Get an idea of how large this hail is. I'm willing to bet that this is bigger than golf ball size still. Yeah, hen egg, which is larger than a golf ball. We could have golf ball size hail that is going to be moving into our viewing area here. We'll have to see if this storm holds together. Right now, though, this is just on the edges of our, really outside of our viewing area in Webb County, but it could move further on off to the northeast near Asherton, kind of just southeast of there, and then closer on towards Cotulla and Dilley. But right now, no severe thunderstorm warnings for our viewing area. Just that severe thunderstorm watch that's in place until 10 p.m. I'm getting a few things reset up after I lost internet. So if y'all can just hold on real quick. Again, we do have an enhanced risk for severe weather as we head throughout tonight. It's really going to be today and into tonight. By the time we head closer towards 10, 11 o'clock, the strong to severe storms will be out of here, and we'll be left with quieter conditions for the rest of the night. Now, not guaranteed dry. We could have a few light showers, but the strong to severe storms that we're dealing with will really have moved out of here. All right, guys, I think we got everything back up now proper, other than the fact I'm on the screen twice. Just hold on real quick. I'm going to drop that second. There we go. All right, so got everything back a little bit organized again. Guys, just like many of y'all right now, it's a unique situation. I am working from home, so don't be surprised if we have a little bit of a technical difficulty here or there. But meteorologist, Weather Chief Bill Taylor is in this afternoon. He's going to be on air at 4, 5, 6, and 10 with the latest on these storms. And we're both going to be tag teaming this. So he's covering it from the station. I'm covering from it here, practicing that social distancing. Again, we really saw this storm that's up towards Hays County kind of move completely out of the viewing area and well up towards just covering Hays County. Probably still have a lot of mumbles of thunder in parts of Canyon Lake area, but everyone else is doing pretty much fine. I was watching this storm closer on towards Pearsall, and I will say that it has really kind of fallen apart. So again, it was trying to start to form, but it just couldn't hold on, and it just kind of fell apart again. So not seeing any issues with there. I'm not concerned about it anymore. I just wanted to keep an eye on it just in case. Still have the severe thunderstorm warning in Webb County, but nothing into our viewing area just yet, which is just something we're going to have to watch closely. But guys, you know what? Let me see when that severe thunderstorm warning is expected to expire. It's expiring at 3:30 p.m. I'm going to stay on all the way to 3:30 at least. If they decide to expire it, we may hop off. They may decide that there's nothing severe about it. Maybe they think the radar could be overestimating the size of the hail. But for now, we'll stay on and continue to update y'all on this. So no severe thunderstorm warnings for the viewing area, just a severe thunderstorm watch until 10 p.m. Let's go through the timeline again. I know we did it just a second ago, but I'd love to give y'all another quick update on just what we're dealing with. So there's the severe thunderstorm watch we were talking about. Again, that's for this afternoon to this evening when we have that chance for severe weather. An enhanced risk for severe weather, and that's mainly east and southeast of San Antonio, I'm believing. Not saying that San Antonio couldn't get a severe thunderstorm today, but I think a majority of the strong to severe storms is going to be east and southeast of San Antonio. On Saturday, Friday will be a little bit quieter, and then Saturday we're going to have another chance, a slight risk for severe storms. Main risk with these storms being damaging winds and hail. So much like what we have with the main risk for today. Numerous severe storms possible. That's what an enhanced risk means. Yesterday we had that possibility of maybe 1 or 2 storms. Today it's a little bit of a higher chance for those strong to severe storms. Here's the timeline. This is what I know a lot of people want to see. They're curious as to what the timeline could be. By the time we get to 4 p.m., look down towards Hondo, Pearsall. We could see a few more storms try to start to develop. That's going to really pick up by the time we get to 5:30 p.m. Maybe closer towards New Braunfels. I see a few questions about New Braunfels. The I-35 corridor stretching into San Antonio down towards Pleasanton could have some stronger storms. Moving through the timeline, notice by 6, 7 o'clock, getting closer to there. You see the pink on the screen, closer to George West. That's where we could have some of those stronger storms. The pink letting us know that the reflectivity could be higher there. It could be picking up on the possibility of hail with this one weather model. Once we get closer into the 8 o'clock hour and the 9 o'clock hour, you're going to start to see these storms really push east, a lot more coverage, widespread showers and storms. And then by the time we get to 9:30, things really start to move out as well as into 10 o'clock. And remember, that's why that severe thunderstorm watch ends at 10, because our chance for strong to severe storms is really going to start to go down at that time. Now, I always like to show this, how much rain could we see over the next 7 days. Much of this is going to be falling here all through Saturday. So from now through Saturday, it looks like we could see anywhere from about maybe a half an inch to maybe even a few isolated areas, seeing up to 1.5 inches to 2 inches. So a lot of rainfall possible over these next 7 days. Some spots like Roxbury, Del Rio could see smaller amounts. I will say the rainfall has been nice. I wish we could get the rain without the chance for severe weather, but the rainfall has been nice because of this. Our drought has really pushed back. Much of the region no longer under even a severe to extreme drought. We still have spots under severe to extreme drought, but mainly it's just been abnormally dry to moderate drought conditions. Just because we've had so much rain recently, especially on Saturday when we had 2 inches of rain in San Antonio. That really helped out, and I imagine we're going to continue to see these drought conditions improve as long as we continue to have rain moving through the area like this steadily. Bumping it back to our view of the KENS 5 viewing area. It's looking like that severe thunderstorm warning has not been extended just yet. That's down towards Webb County. The storm up in Hays County, let's go ahead and take another look at that, just because we probably have a few friends that live up there or family members. I'm going to put everything in a pause real quick, guys. And zoom down to this area. All right, so that's where pretty much the best storm near us is right now, the strongest storm rather. That's going to be closer on towards Wimberley. And let me turn off lightning so we can get a bit better look at hail. That little white spot that you're seeing on the screen, that's going to be where we're thinking the hail is, and that is not even in the criteria to be severe. If it's marble size or smaller, that's not even considered severe hail. So just a small hail possible near Wimberley, and that's about it. That is going to be crossing the I-35 corridor, though, north of San Marcos, mainly towards Kyle and Buda. But I don't expect this severe thunderstorm warning to continue here, and I think it actually just expired. It did. Or the National Weather Service canceled, just like what I was saying, yeah. So I was not thinking that storm needed to continue to be severe just because the hail has gotten so much smaller, and there you have it. The National Weather Service agrees on that hail core has gotten much smaller. So now we're at the point where there are no severe thunderstorm warnings for the viewing area. This is the next storm to watch. This is going to be the one that I've been mentioning over and over. That is going to be moving closer towards Cotulla and Dilley. It will be moving across the I-35 corridor, I think right between Cotulla and Dilley. If not, it may move, this hail core that we're seeing may move right through Cotulla. But I would be just on watch if you're in the Dilley area as well. See, can you put hail on the time? Joanne, I could put hail on the time, but the thing is, the future clouds and radar just gives us an idea of how many storms we could have on the radar right now. It's not handling very well exactly where the hail could be. So I think that the hail threat is still pretty much for everybody. It just depends on where those storms form. For instance, this storm that is just south of Asherton, it could have very well formed over at Eagle Pass and then moved off to the northeast. Future clouds and radar may have even shown that earlier, but instead it's formed further southeast and is moving towards Cotulla. So I wouldn't want y'all to think that that would be basically exactly where the storms are going. It just gives us an idea where those storms could be. Linda says on the timing for New Braunfels, Linda, it's going to be closer towards 6:30 that we have those storms kind of get closer on towards New Braunfels, we're thinking. Anytime between 6 and 7 o'clock. Is it going to be bad in Galveston? Brandy, I'm not thinking it's going to be as bad as what we're dealing with here, but there is rain expected over towards Galveston. The threat for tornadoes is very low. I see some questions about, is there going to be anything about tornadoes? The threat for tornadoes is very low. That's why we have a severe thunderstorm watch instead of a tornado watch, because it's really going to be more of just the strong storms with the damaging winds and large hail that are more likely than the possibility of a tornado. Our chance for a tornado isn't down to zero, still possible, but it is a higher chance for damaging wind and damaging hail. So hen egg size hail possible in this storm that's in Webb County. This severe thunderstorm warning just south of our area is until 3:45. Again, I'm kind of surprised that they haven't extended the severe thunderstorm warning more into our viewing area just yet. I said that as this severe thunderstorm warning expires, I was thinking about maybe getting back on just a little bit later on today when we are expecting more storms, which will be closer towards the 5 and 6 o'clock hour. But as long as this storm is out there, I'd imagine that they're going to extend the severe thunderstorm warning into our viewing area. So I want to hang on to this storm just a bit, at least until that hail core starts to go down a bit. That's it, by the way. We're not seeing any other severe storms in the area. We're really not even seeing that much rain in South Texas. The only spots seeing rain at the moment are areas just west of I-35, kind of just east of Maverick County. And then you're seeing some storms that are for our friends in Hayes County, closer on towards the Austin area. And that's about it. Everyone else not really dealing with much. What about Cuero, Texas? Nothing in Cuero right now. The higher chance for storms in Cuero is going to be closer on towards really about, I'd say, 8, 9 o'clock. Right now, though, not dealing with anything there. Again, that will be the threat for some stronger winds and possibly even damaging hail and some very heavy rainfall. These storms, when they come through, they've got a lot of lightning. Let me go ahead and turn lightning back on. These storms have a ton of lightning associated with them. And that frequent lightning can be dangerous in itself. Make sure that when thunder roars, you go indoors. You want to make sure everyone stays safe whenever we have some of these, even just strong thunderstorms. Now, even when they're not severe, even when they're just strong, we want to make sure everyone stays safe and stays inside whenever we have the storms moving through. Actually curious how many lightning strikes we may have in this severe thunderstorm down here in northern Webb County. So this storm is producing 50 lightning strikes within the past 15 minutes. So not a ton, not as much as what we saw in Blanco and Hayes County, but still a good amount of lightning there. I'm going to see if there's any update from the National Weather Service here, guys. Give me 1 second. Looks like everything's all good. They're not seeing anything too bad for our region. They do have a lot of reports coming in for the Williamson County area. That is north of South Texas, and that storm is not coming through our region. That would be this storm up here that they're talking about. They're talking about this storm. Again, that is not a storm that is coming towards our region, but it is a storm that we'll continue to watch for our friends on off to the north. Nothing severe for us. Again, we just have this one storm just southwest of Cotulla. And with that being said, guys, I think I'm actually going to go ahead and get off of here for now. If there are more strong to severe storms in the area later on today, which is what we're expecting closer towards 5, 6, and 7 o'clock, we're going to hop back on. Don't forget, you can download the KENS 5 app because it has a look at the radar whenever you're on the go. If you want to ever head outside to do anything today, check the radar. Always check the radar before you leave the house. We're going to continue to keep you updated right here. I'm going to have updates. We have a web story on kens5.com right now that has all the latest information. Weather Chief Bill Taylor is on in less than 30 minutes. 4 o'clock show starts in less than 30 minutes on KENS 5. Don't forget, that's Channel 5, CBS here in San Antonio. Make sure you watch. We have all the latest information on news with the coronavirus and weather in the area. And then we're going to continue to have the updates again throughout tonight. All the newscasts are at 4, 5, 6, and 10. Guys, I hope you can stay dry out there. We'll continue to keep you updated and watch these storms closely. Remember, whenever we go live on here, make sure you follow and like the KENS 5 Facebook page. And if you download the KENS 5 app, we're live on it right now too. But if you have the app or the Facebook page on follow, you'll get an alert to your phone so you know when we're live again. So that'll let you know when we're live again. And guys, we will continue to keep you updated throughout this event. Stay safe out there. We'll have another update for you, I'm sure, within the next couple of hours.